50 years, if life allows me to, then that's what I'll be doing.
Gotcha.
You know, expressing myself in the same way that I've been doing every day for the last 4, or the last, just forever. Because you know, I've been drawing and other than tattooing, I've been doing this for since I can remember. So, yeah, mostly.
Another day?
Another day in the life.
Another day in the life, man.
Another day in the hectic tattoo life.
Yeah,
hectic tattoo life. That's usually how it usually is. Well, it's not hectic, you know. It's only hectic if you make it hectic.
Gotcha. Yo, how do you how do you promote yourself?
Social media, usually.
Gotcha.
Facebook, Instagram, the whole works.
Gotcha. Any particular strategies that you're using, or?
Well, I mean, I post my stuff up, but I mean, I've had when I first started tattooing, my page was actually a little personal.
Okay.
You know, I just had friends and families, and over time, it actually kind of grew to just clientele and friends and family. But I just kind of post stuff up, and people just end up liking my stuff and coming in for, they just end up hitting me up and coming in for whatever they need.
Alright, we're in.
Audio Jungle.
Almost forgot.
You get a lot of referrals?
Yeah, I get a lot of referrals. Usually, word of mouth is like the best. my best friend when it comes to this stuff.
Very true. And question: where you working at now? Like, what shop? Where you at?
Well, I'm currently in Tattoo Society Studios in Bronx.
You been there all the time since you've been?
Well, no, I've actually worked in a couple of other places. Met a lot of cool people along the way.
Cool.
But I've worked in plenty of the shops before. Usually I end up moving around a lot. I like to move around just so I can keep my things, a little, more refreshed and new faces, new people to learn from.
Right.
It's always a good, thing.
Quick question, bro. I mean, I know, like, being a tattoo artist and getting these appointments and working with a lot of clients. I mean, how have you been able to balance, like, your work life, your social life, personal life, your spiritual life, the whole thing with just tattooing? How does that work as far as with that's concerned?
It's tricky, because on the one hand you have three things. You have your tattoo artist life, and then you have your social life, and then you have the other area in your life where you're trying to artistically improve.
Right.
And to balance those things out, it's really hard. Because I'm not really a social kind of a worm.
Right.
But I usually stay home. I usually stay home. I'm either home or at work. But when I do go out, I end up going out.
Right.
Whether it's to a family event or the bar or anything like that, I usually end up just talking about tattoos in general. That's usually the downside of it, because even when you're out of work, you're still like have to talk about work, and that's what having a career does,
Right.
But that's usually how it is. it's really difficult trying to separate that life from my regular life because so many people are socially tattoos are becoming a big thing.
Right.
So it's really hard to not talk about it when you're socially, you know. I mean, when you're in the environment, you know.
Right.
And the social environment, trying to, you know, connect with people and talk to them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things I actually like when I do go out is not telling people that I do tattoos or I'm a tattoo artist in general. You know, I kind of, because I kind of feel a little more normal. You know, I don't have to worry about talking about my work. I can put work at the back of my head.
Right.
Let's go around.
Cool.
I mean, all I really need right now is kind of some brushes. I mean, every time I come, I just pick up a few brushes because you know, you can never have too many brushes. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you never can run out of brushes, man. There's always so many different types. I've seen like, I mean, you use it for like a lot of different things. You can use it for whether you want to like just paint with them, or sometimes I use them to smooth out my shading when I'm doing any charcoal drawings.
Show it to the camera. Tell them what you were looking for.
This is all I was looking for. So I came down here to train for an hour just to get this.
How much is it?
It's like $12.
$12. Tell them one more time.
$12. It's insane. I can use my sister's Mac brushes.
Right.
Yeah, you know, like, hey, do you do tattoos? I'm like, oh yeah, because you had the whole thing, and I'm like, oh god, I gotta change my whole image now. I gotta do something. I mean, it's not really for the image, because honestly, when I mean, not that I could care less about image, because image is also important, and it plays a role in your career, especially when you're, you know, doing this, but I don't, I'm not really big on it, on the image.
Right.
How my gauges and all this other, I mean, like plugs and stuff and all these other things, you know, but they're just for personal reasons that I have, that I get the tattoos that I have, and that I get, whatever you want to call them, body modifications that I have and stuff like that.
I noticed you got the scorpions. I've never seen piercing with a scorpion.
Yeah,
that's
cool,
really
man.
dope, man.
Thank you.
That's really dope. So, what do you listen to? Because I mean, I got tattoos, and every time I'm in the parlor, you know, I try and keep some headphones on, and I'm trying to listen to music. What are you listening to, like when you're tatting?
I mean, I try to play a wide variety of music because I have my clients there.
Right.
So I play everything. I mean, anything from metalcore, anything to rap. You know, all those kind of, you know, just to keep meet my client halfway.
Right. Very true.
I always like to meet my client halfway. You know, I don't always like to have them in their earphones because I don't really like to, you know. I want to actually talk to my clients and make sure they're doing okay, and you know, build a kind of
rapport.
Yeah, build a kind of relationship with my client, which is also really good, you know. Unless it's like the third session, then I don't care. You can put I've talked to you enough. You can put your headphones on.
What do you do with tough clients? Like clients who maybe want to skimp on the price, or they come late to appointments, or you know, how do you handle that situation?
It's hard, you know, because clients that are tough to deal with in that sense, it gets. When I come to tattoo at work, I enjoy every tattoo that I do. Every time I sit down to do a tattoo, you know, I'm in heaven. I'm in the zone. You know, I enjoy myself.
Right.
So when someone's not there on time or they don't make it, if they reschedule, it's fine. As long as I get a heads up notice, you know what I mean, like a heads up. But when somebody doesn't make it, I'm not given a heads up or they come late. You know, it disappoints me. Not upsets me because, you know, I really get upset, but it disappoints me just on the client's part.
Right.
Because I as a tattoo artist, as an artist, I try to give the best of my myself to them, artistically and in the other side of it. So that's that in itself is it's a letdown.
Right.
And usually I kind of try to work with them in some way. I don't know. It gets not tiring, but it's really hard dealing with a lot of clientele all at the same time. I mean, people don't really talk about that in the tattoo industry. I think it's just like really a lot of they don't see the other side of the business.
Right.
You know, where I don't know how to say it, but we kind of get bombarded by a lot of different types of people. So I mean, it all depends on who you ask. Some people really don't don't feel depending on where you're working at around the city. Some people don't feel the craziness, of the clientele. This is one of the reasons why I stopped doing walk-ins and stuff like that. It just seems a little more easier to deal with the clientele when you're dealing with them with appointments and stuff like that. But I guess that's just the way it is. It's one of those things. Even sometimes you just get one of those client that's really but eventually as long as they're happy when they get their piece done, that's all that matters.
That's true.
Sorry.
By the way, first of all, what's your name? So this is the life of a tattoo artist that we don't talk about, the trade.
Not everybody's made it yet.